Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. And today we're going to have another relaxed episode. I'm recording this on Friday, the 2nd of January 2026, and this is my last day off before we get back to work. And obviously, the first week back is usually a bit hectic, so not sure how much time I'll have to record next week, so just wanted to make sure I have a bit of a backlog ready to go. One thing that I did want to do, I don't know if I'll do it in this episode, because if I stop the episode to do it, it's gonna go off the rails and it'll take a very long time, is I want to put some custom flooring in this room with the Enchantress, and in this room with the blacksmith, and maybe even like some stuff on the walls behind them. We'll see if there's any like excuse me, any appropriate objects that we can throw around. Just gotta make sure that there's like if we're adding in other objects into the room, just gotta make sure that nothing is blocking the walking path. But we could definitely put maybe something in the corner here. We could maybe put something in the corner here, maybe even something up here. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to, maybe after I'm done recording this episode, if I remember, I'll take a look through the flooring options and the accessory / decoration options. We'll do that. Maybe next episode, but yes, I'm not going to be pausing this episode to look through the decorations. When I know what I want to do, then I'll just whichever episode that ends up being, I'll show you my like whatever I've decided, because it does feel a little bit odd, doesn't it? Because everything else has its own like environment, its own floor. You look at these rooms down here, the room with the goblet and the reliquary. You got the the shrine to Regalis. You got the casino and bar with the Riddle Wharf games, and you've got the excuse me, the arena room off to the left, and you got the shrines. Sorry, the guilds here at the bottom. So it does stick out like a bit of a sore thumb, the fact that these two rooms up here don't have anything in them. But you know what? Yeah, like I said, next episode we'll see what we can do about them. For now, there is something I wanted to take a look at. This actually is like it has actual gameplay relevance for our series. I want to see. I'm not going to change my specialization, but I want to look through the list of specializations. So everything on this first page is fully done in terms of getting the realm quests, except for the Grove Tender, who has about 50 quests left. Then there's a whole other page. Then there's 5 more on this page. So what I want to do is, I just want to count them. Now the Pariah, already done. The Pariah is already done. So let's count everybody who isn't the Pariah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skipping the Pariah. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Excuse me, 23 more specializations, each of which we will have to win 100 rounds with. That is 2,300 rounds. That is a lot, especially when you consider the total amount of rounds we've done so far is only 31, 38. Now, we don't have to go deeper into the realms for all of these. I could just start off-screening them, doing them on realm depth 0. But for now, we're not going to be doing any off-screening. We're just going to be just taking it easy. Just just playing the game and enjoying the game without worrying too much about speed grinding the achievements. And with that in mind, I think it's time to get our first realm of the day going. Let me just make sure we're good. It looks like we're good. It looks like we are good. So let's go in and see what's going on in these realms. Once again, we're gonna aim to kill a couple false gods and see what we find along the way. Yeah, I feel like... Actually, I don't necessarily know if I have a cold. I know what happens is sometimes in the morning, especially when I feel like I've gotten up too early, my voice is nasally and it makes me like utterly convinced that I have a cold. But then by the afternoon, it's completely gone. Ooh. Straight away we'll get a duplicate card. And some garbage nether stones. Yes, I don't know if I necessarily have a cold. What I do know is that I definitely feel like I didn't get enough sleep. Every part of my body wants... Like, I'm even though it's my day off, I did get up fairly early. I've been up since about 7:30 in the morning. And I didn't even go to sleep that late. I went to sleep... Well, actually, now that I'm mentioning it, I went to sleep at around 12:30 a.m. And if you do the math, that's about 6 hours. That's probably not quite enough sleep. So that would explain it, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want to just go back to bed. I want to try and fix my sleep schedule. And I had a number of different options. I haven't had breakfast yet. I probably should have breakfast. That'll give me a burst of energy. But I thought, just to solidify me not going back to sleep, how about we record this episode right now? Right here, right now. And hopefully, by the end of it, I'll be really energized. Where the fuck is everything else in this realm? Is there like some whole section? Well, okay, maybe there is a whole section that I haven't been to. Yes, there is. It was all hiding up here. Alright, grab this. And get these here coins. But yeah, there's a... Listen, part of me wants to fix my sleep cycle, but part of me is also like, this is your last day off, so just be a complete slob and go back to sleep. I'll be honest, it's very tempting, as we get another achievement for beating the Elementosaur Master for the 9th time. The goblet is full. This is our first Pando Shrine out of this Rune of Prophecies. And before we end this realm, I think we gotta deliver some stuff to this last house. Hopefully we get some favor out of it. We're gonna dodge these enemies, because I don't really want to talk to them too much. I will probably have to talk to this guy. It does give you a bit of favor with Tauren. How much exactly? 375. That is a really juicy amount. Right, I don't think we've got to head back home, so let's go to another realm. Let me just make sure that we don't have to do any... Well, we need a bunch of special encounters, but these are all random encounters in the realms. I don't think there's any realm where as a bonus treasure, like buried treasure, has a higher chance of showing up. Every realm eventually raises its chance to find, I think, Pandemonium Shrines? Or am I thinking about something else? I might be thinking about something else. Anyway, we're just going to go to another realm. 401 is a lovely bonus to take into the Overgrown Temple. Ooh, we do need this. Alright. How much are you gonna give me? 840 Stardust is not a lot, dude. It's not a lot. Yeah, we need to do, I think, 400... Sorry, not 4. We need to do 48 more nether synthesis missions. Do we have enough to do one more? Stardust is... No! No, we don't! We need like 5,000 more... Oh god, yeah, like, the game really needs to... Even, like, by a factor of 10, reduce the amount of Stardust that you need to do nether synthesis missions. Because right now it's too much, and the other problem is, it would be one thing if you were guaranteed to have a rarity 600 plus netherstone. The problem is you just get a random ass netherstone that has a chance of being not even a chance, a very, very high likelihood of being completely useless. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for the game to treat a nether synthesis mission as this really... Like, to have such a sense of ceremony around it. Like, you need to slowly collect the Stardust. Like, once a month, you'll be able to do a nether synthesis mission. It doesn't make sense when, after doing the mission, most likely it's gonna be complete garbage. If it's gonna be complete garbage, then it should be the kind of mission that you can just spam and do, like, 4 of them a week, right? If you're gonna make it so that you can only do one nether synthesis every month and a half, then you gotta make the rewards a little bit more fitting for that. Or if you wanna make it so that, okay, you're gonna have a high chance that it's gonna be completely useless, like a 85% chance of just getting garbage, then you can fix that by making it just easier and quicker to do, right? Make it so that instead of 30,000 you only need 3,000 Stardust. Make it so that instead of taking 15, I think it takes 15 rounds, or maybe even more than 15, like 15 rounds worth of Stardust. Make it so that it's like the Keyforge mission, where it only takes 5 rounds worth of Stardust, and then it's done. Yeah, but I don't think the calibration is quite... Like, I appreciate the addition to the game, but I don't think the calibration is quite on point just yet. Alright, and there's nothing useful in the rest of these. We do have to head home because there's a couple nether stones to kill. I think 171 and 214. So let's just get those out of the way. Yep. Get rid of this. And then get rid of this. Get out of here. Do we need to hand in... yeah, we do need to hand in an assassination. So let's start a... Excuse me. Let's start a new assassination. And a nether synthesis takes how many... Well, we can't start it, but we would have to start it to then see how much Stardust it takes. Anyway, let's forget about that. Let's just start another assassination mission, because we're always running those when we can help it. We did one of the gargoyles. It was the Steel Heart. Now we gotta do... Oh, we gotta do all of the bone scrapers, all six of them, and then we gotta do all of the fiends. Oh, this is gonna take so long. But it's gotta start somewhere. The reason is I want to have at least one trait material for everything. Even though most of them are gonna be useless, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it, right? Like you're coming up with some build and you're like, oh, I really need this one random bone scraper trait on my artifact, but then I don't have it. And then you've got to do like 15 realms just to get it. That would be a bit annoying. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to get all of these traits farmed. So that have at least one of them. You know, at least one. So let's go for the Swamp Dweller, and I think we're good. I think we're good to go. We're almost at 5,000 achievements. I don't think we're getting 9 achievements in this episode unless I farm for master achievements, which might not be a bad idea, but I'm gonna stick to just doing random realms for now. And then maybe once we're below 10 master achievements, then what I'll do is I'll spend one episode just getting all of them done, right? Because right now, even if we start farming for masters, probably what's going to happen is by the end of the episode, we'll be off by like 1 or 2. So let's try and get a couple more of them just randomly. And then we can, you know, next episode, try and farm for them. Okay, so in this round, we're looking for a feather to get a bit of extra favor. God, I'm trying. I don't know why that was so. You know, it's hard to see because the background is green and my character is green, so it's literally getting like when I'm looking in this direction, it's hard. It's genuinely hard to see where I am. I gotta be. If I'm not moving up, where you can see, you know, the back of the head, it's hard. Like it's camouflage basically. Anyway, let's take out Katarina. How you doing? See you next time, I guess. All right. Alright. And I think we've hit S rank with every... No, we haven't. We have excuse me, we have 3 more creatures to reach S rank with, and then we will be at S rank with every single creature in the game. That every single creature that currently exists in the game. Also, the bestiary total still isn't fixed. It needs to be just, you know, rectified, which will probably happen in the next update. But yeah, we're almost at S rank with every creature, and here's another achievement that we're gonna get for the exotics, the exotic master for the 9th time. So yeah, if we can get another couple random encounters this episode with masters, and get another couple of their achievements done, then yeah, then next episode we'll just knock out the rest of the master achievements, and then that will also take us over 5,000 achievements, and that'll be a nice little moment. All right, let's hit some of this stuff. What do we got in here, not a lot. Let's dodge this enemy, and yeah, I have to say the jury is still out on whether I have a cold or not. I have been coughing a little bit, but that could also be just because my place is way too dry. I should invest in a humidifier. Yeah. Way too dry. But also, it could also just be because I've been sleeping way too late, and it's messed up with my, or it's messed with my sleep schedule, so that when I wake up, it feels like I'm waking up too early, and then when I wake up too early, it could just be that my voice is nasally, just for unrelated reasons. I think by the time we're done with this episode, usually if it's a thing of me getting up too early, and if that's the thing, then within 2 hours it wears off. So if by the end of this episode it's or like, let's say 2 to 3 hours, so if by the end of this episode I'm still feeling it, then it might be that I have an actual cold. Just want to make sure I'm not leaving behind anything. Looks like we're good. Let's go to New Realm. Oh, we had 351, but I botched it. But I guess it's just more rerolls. I need to press this button 15,000 more times in order to get the easy mode achievement. That'll be... what's wrong with this round? What are enemies fused with? Serifs? I don't know what the issue... Less indirect damage, 88% means our, oh boy, our fermented hops is going to be completely useless in this round. Alright. We also gotta destroy some arbiters. Oh. Let's go down, check out these dudes. And let's continue on with this realm. Let's see what sort of a master we're going to be fighting. Alright, let's go down here. Grab this. Nothing up there. I guess there's no way to dodge this enemy. So let us just bulldoze him and then go up. Nothing. Go down. Take out these whites. There's one pack of arbiters. Dead. We're completing prophecy lines. That's good. Is this going to be our final Pando shrine? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we need one more, maybe. Let me take a look. Is that... Oh no, we've already done it. So what we need to do now, the experiment mission. This is probably not going to happen. Death creatures. Once we've finished the experiment mission, if we need to kill any more creatures, we'll get them done. Alright, Arbiter Master. Again, unfortunately, doesn't count as one of our Arbiter encounters. This is annoying. Oh my god, go away. Yeah, the lack of indirect damage really killed us in this round. It didn't kill us, but it just annoyed us for a little bit. And I think Arbiters also have... Don't they have that mechanic where when their fellow creatures die, they absorb their stats or something? Or maybe they just give stats to each other at the beginning or something like that. Anyway, here's some buried treasure that we need to find. We gotta make sure we do actually find that. So one thing I'm gonna start doing, and I know this is gonna trigger some people, but I have to start doing it because of the stage of the game that I'm in. So you know how in the let's take a look at the map. How in the Land of Breath and Balance they have these bookshelves, and when you find books, you can bring them to the bookshelves and get loot out of it. I am not going to interact with objects like these. Objects that give me only loot, but nothing else, and don't count as chests being opened. Right, so I'm gonna show you something. So I don't think there are any chests. Well, no, that there's one chest left. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna demonstrate why I'm doing it this way. So if I go to my my realm achievements, you can see we are at Treasure Trove. Progress towards Treasure Trove 10, 47741. Open this chest. And go to Realm Achievements. 47742. One more chest opened, one more to the tally, as you would expect. However, I'm pretty sure only chests count towards that. Now this object, which when we interact with it will give us a bunch of loot, let me remind ourselves that we are at 47742. Let's just remember the last digit. The last digit was a 2. And look at that. Oh, we got a bunch of loot. But if we now go back to the achievements, to the realm achievements, it's still 742 because it doesn't count as a chest. And I don't want the game to keep drowning me in useless nether stones that I'm gonna have to destroy. So until, hopefully in a future update, the game comes up with a less cumbersome way of sorting and destroying useless nether stones, I'm gonna try and minimize the amount of... I know, it sounds crazy to say this. I'm gonna minimize the amount of loot that I pick up. I know, it's such a... like up is down, left is right. It's such a backwards way of playing the game. But you do need to... if your goal is to 100% complete this game, you do have to... once again, got less indirect damage. That sucks. If your goal is to do this game 100% in a reasonable amount of time, and when I say reasonable amount, I mean within one human lifespan, then you gotta be a little creative with how you save time for yourself. Let's take this. Take a look at this. When your creatures deal damage to each other, I don't care, dude. I'm sure you can come up with a really nice self-damage based build. Ooh, nice. Oh, Rat Stamper! Hey, please get me... Ooh. Oh, I swear to God, if the Rat Stamper stamps the Death Creatures thing, or the Experiment Mission thing, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Please give me the... We've got a 1 out of 4 chance. Which one was it? Which one was it? Yeah! Oh, he did the best possible one. Because we were... our progress was the lowest on this. Now all we need to do is find one more buried treasure. get lost. You know what? That's fair. You have helped us out tremendously. You have helped us out a great deal. But yeah, I'm gonna minimize the amount of loot I pick up, which also means once we're done with the achievement for, you know, 50,000 treasure chests, I'm gonna stop picking up treasure chests. Just, I will never pick up another treasure chest except for when they are required by the Rune of Prophecies. Please stop it, dude. Alright. Yeah, we really need... There's a few different things we need for netherstone management. First of all, like a way to mark stones as trash when you pick them up. Then when you get to the smelter, you can be like, just, there's a button, destroy all trash, right? And that one thing would just really change the way I interact with these. Like right now, there could be an option, like press X, mark as trash, press X, mark as trash, and then everything marked as trash. Oh, this is amazing. We're gonna have a fully completed Rune of Prophecies. This is actually so beautiful, dude. This is so beautiful, and this, yeah, another netherstone, okay. Your F's, well, I don't care about F's, man. Alright, where is this other group of luck mantrias? I also need to make sure I pick up the buried treasure, whose map I just found. There you are. Man, that rat stamper helped us out so much, dude. Okay, so now the experiment is ready to hand in. That means if we're not done killing death creatures, we gotta finish them off in this very realm. And we're probably not gonna find that many death creatures in this realm. I don't think they are really native to this realm that much. So while we're looking for our buried treasure, excuse me, let me just summon a group of random death creatures. Let's say, I don't know, Shade. Sure. There's the buried treasure. Right, that's good. Let's take out these shades as well. One more encounter will give us the requisite amount of death kills, and there you are. Wait, are these not death creatures? What? Or did I guess I just had way more death creatures to kill than I realized. No, never mind. I panicked for no good reason. This is gonna be our final encounter. What? Dude, what's happening? Wait, Is there a... No, 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 no. Hang on a second, dude. Is there some sort of Sphinx thing that's changing their classes? Because I'm not gonna... Your traits... Oh, motherfucker. At the start of battle, your creatures are set to the same class, chosen randomly. Oh, that's... garbage, dude. That is actual garbage. What we can do is... Well, no, there is a spell to change the enemy into death class, but we don't have that spell because why would we? Why would you ever need it? Yeah, let's just hope. So I wasn't wrong. There was something weird going on. Oh my god, we just need one of these groups to not have... Oh my god, are you serious right now? We literally just need one group of these guys to not have the class changer in it. Or we want the class changer... Are you serious, dude? Are you fucking serious right now? Oh my god, are you serious? Are you... I'm getting so triggered right now. Fuck off. Oh my god, what a nightmare that was. What an annoying, what a fucking annoying interaction that was. That, I don't think, was meant to be there specifically to troll the player. Unlike that bard trait, which 100% the dev only, like the bard trait which randomly shuffles the timeline, 100% the only reason that exists is to troll the player. This one, I think, is like hypothetically it has some other use to it, but we were getting inadvertently trolled, like big time. We're getting hit or like annoyed pretty badly. Also, let me just adjust my chair a little bit, just a wee bit. Right, yeah, sitting up a little bit straighter now. Do we have any nether stones that we want to get rid of? Not really. Right. So saved it. Let me hand in my rune of prophecies. Another 12 lines handed in. It's pretty good. What are we looking at? This rune of prophecies on the surface looks not that bad. We got to kill 16 candle enemies. Got to get a bit of gambling done. 3 buried treasures. 5 riddle dwarves. 5 Pando shrines, and we've got to kill Tamara Murgo, which we'll do right now, and we'll get the treasure golem done earlier, if we can. What else? I don't think anything else stands out other than the gambling. And it looks like we got to do all 4 gambling things. So let's first take out Tamara Murgo. Alright. Yeah, let's get you... No! I wanted to do it at level 10, but instead we killed him at level 1. Level 10 because just in case he had any skins left to give us, we would have had a higher chance. You know what? Whatever. We're not gonna worry too much about it. We're just gonna get the gambling done, starting with the slowest, which is Siralim. Don't give me. Oh. So what are you doing, dude? Stop giving me more turns. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious, dude? 7 turns. Are you? Come on, man. Stop giving me... Oh my fucking god, dude. Stop it. Oh no. Oh my god, dude. This is never gonna end. This is fucking ridiculous, dude. Oh my god, that's the longest game of Siralopoly possibly that anybody has ever played. Oh, 2 slots. Okay. Alright, that gives us how much notoriety? I can't really see. Well, we got some glamour out of it, but whatever. Don't really care. Okay. After that ordeal, it's time for us to mosey along. We've done all the gambling. And we've got to kill some divination enemies. We'll get them done soon. Right? Lloyd Prime is in our crosshairs for today, or for right now. Let's see what he has for us. The 387 is pretty good. This realm seems like it's pretty decent. Alright. Less damage taken is pretty bad. No additional attacks is pretty bad. Them healing every turn is kind of funny. But yeah. We also got to get some candle kills. So let's see what sort of things we need to hunt down. We gotta kill a large number of death creatures, and then a moderate amount of sorcery and chaos creatures. So we'll summon 2 groups of death, and then 1 each of sorcery and chaos. Sounds like it. Actually, we'll do 2 groups of death, and then and then 1 of sorcery and chaos, I guess. Yeah. Alright, sounds good to me. Also, there's a Pando Shrine, that's pretty good. Immune to attack damage is actually fine. Guess we'll go into this place. I guess I'll touch this thing. Probably shouldn't have wasted our time in the process, but you know what? It's fine. It's okay. There's nothing there. Another useless nether stone that I'm gonna have to take care of. Do we care about buried treasure? We do. Okay. We cannot take this. We'll give the boss more speed. This sucks, but I guess we'll give him a chance to avoid damage. But this is... This is gonna be a rough fight, because we are at a pretty big disadvantage. Well, this sucks. Let me Life Orb. Phase Knight. Let me do some Archangel action. You can provoke. Okay, we're getting... We got through it. Like, fighting Lloyd Prime is always a little bit awkward. But let's see how much he has left to give us. Looks like he has lots of things left to give us. I'm just going to take whatever's at the top. Nearly 7,000 Nature Guild reputation is pretty good. We're looking for a master. Alright. So we needed to kill lots of death creatures. So let's summon... I don't know. Hemomancer Lord. Let's also get some... Sins. And let's get some sorcery and chaos. So I don't know, clockwork. Start getting these kills. Nice. Get a duplicate card. Why not? Okay. Buried treasure obtained. Alright. And then we need to summon some chaos creatures if we have the space for them. We do not have the space for them. Alright. One thing I want to check. Do big chests count as chests? Oh, I didn't start a project. I'm an idiot. I didn't need to be running any specific projects, but I should have started something. What was I looking at? Go to achievements. We're looking at realm achievements. So we are at 73. Let's take a look. Wow, dude. Big treasure chests don't count? Oh, this is horrible. So, like, big treasure chests also give you a lot more chances of getting nether stones, which is bad for me, actually. Only regular chests count. Well, that is actually very useful to know, because now we can start avoiding these big chests. There are a few different realms that have these big chests. This is one of them, obviously. Where the dead ships dwell is another one. I think Temple of Lies is the other one, where there are big chests, which should count. You know, it is a treasure chest. But it doesn't count. So we're just gonna, I hate to say it, we're gonna stop interacting with these big chests, because they are, all they're doing is they're giving us loot, which ordinarily is a good thing, but we don't want more chances to get nether stones, because it's gonna be a whole thing. All right, where's the candle? Where's the candle? It was here. All right. That is actually very useful to know. Let's take out you. Let me take a look at how we're doing on. Gotta kill 6 more. That's gonna be a bit of a pain. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna summon. Some more death and some random chaos, I guess. Got 450 favorites, pretty good. Man, what? Stop it, dude. I only want to see summoned creatures. Alright. Wonderful. Another 2 of them. Wonderful. How are we? We're almost done with chaos creatures. We need to summon life creatures, man. We are way behind on those. So let's actually. I don't know why I didn't summon life creatures. Alright. Well, hopefully we get a few life kills. There's a few of them. Well, not quite. Yeah, because I was gonna say the thing is gonna be completed, but we can still get a couple of these killed. To give us those sweet life kills that we wanted. And now we can leave. We've got to head home. Let's start a new project first. Oh god, come on. Okay, let's just do, I don't know. Let's do a raid mission. And let's see what we got. I really wish on this screen, on the bounty screen, it would tell you how many anointments remained to be gotten for the false god from each of the classes that they had. So like, we know Mindworm has 5, but we know we've taken all of the Kabbalist anointments. So it would be nice to know how many remain for all of these other 4. But you know what, let's just do Mindworm. Because we don't have to kill any specific false god. We're done fighting Caliban. We're done fighting Jotun. We don't care about those guys anymore. Alright. Let's start the project. I don't know, we've already done the project. We've set a bounty. We're ready to go, I think. P56 is pretty good. What are we looking for? Firewood. Alright. And the rest of this realm seems pretty reasonable as well. Here's 1 bit of wood. Lovely. You are the Crusader Master. Alright. Now you're done. We gotta find more wood. go to the right. Nothing there. All right. Let's go. Okay, nothing here. We do want Red Dwarfs. Yes, we do. Generos rules over the temple. That's easy. Having a hard time finding this wood. It's not showing up. There should be 3 pieces of wood, because there are 3 houses to deliver the wood to. We have yet to find the second piece. Alright. Okay, I can feel the nasaliness, the nasality. Is that the word starting to fade a little bit? So probably I don't have a cold. However, I still very much want to go back to bed. So what I'll probably do is, after I'm done with this episode, I will have some breakfast. It'll be about 10:30 a.m., which is an okay time to be having breakfast. I think when you're past 11 a.m., that's when you're kind of in brunch territory. But I think 10:30 is very much still in the standard breakfast window. And obviously, my favorite breakfast, I've mentioned this a number of times, it's gotta be waffles. Belgian waffles with either maple syrup or chocolate sauce. I think those are the ideal options for that one. Alright, so gotta do this. And there's one more house, but I'm not gonna worry about it, because like I said, we are trying to minimize the amount of loot that we find. Speaking of, hang on a second, wasn't there another stone I found that I had to deal with? Yeah, 213. 213, 309. Where did all of these come from? 346? I don't even remember finding. This is why we need to minimize the amount of loot. I'm done finding loot. I never want another loot drop ever again. So it's 346 and then 309, I think. Alright, how are we actually in terms of piety? Ooh, we're at over 1 million notoriety, that's fun. We're getting close to 30 million piety. Once we hit, I don't know, 35 million, then I'll spend a bunch more. Right, so we've got to take out Madeira. Alright, yeah, let's take this. Ooh, nice. Got a nether portal. Do we need to find nether portals for this Rune of Prophecies? No, we don't, but we can still find good stuff in nether portals. This, however, is completely useless, so we're just gonna leave. Treasure Golem spawn chance? Decent. Do we need to... We do need to get a Treasure Golem. I should have been going to the Swamplands. Yep. So next realm, we're going to be heading into this... Another stone? Next realm, we're going to be heading into the Swamplands. Okay, yeah, see, objects like those Iron Maidens, which give you loot, but which almost certainly will not count as chests. I'm gonna stop touching these. It's gonna be really painful, because a lot of them have really satisfying sound effects. That one in particular has a... Maybe I'll do it... Maybe it'll be on a case-by-case basis. Where, if it's something that has a satisfying sound effect, I'll still open it. Stop it. Alright. But yeah, we need to start getting this loot situation sorted out, because otherwise we will be inundated with nether stones, and then it'll drown out everything else. What? Another duplicate card. Mimic, don't really care about you. Oh! A treasure golem got spawned in this realm. So we gotta track you down now, because then we don't have to go to the Swamplands. There you are. We've also taken out the master. Really hate how treasure golems are immune to not just indirect damage, but also debuffs. I feel like that they've got a few... Treasure golems have a few too many defensive things going on. I think we've hit the exotic portal, but I'll make sure. Not even sure what I'm looking for in the rest of this realm, but hey, at least we took a look around, and yep. Yeah, there's another thing that needs to be fixed, is after you interact with that exotic portal, the game should take it off the map, because otherwise it keeps tricking you into thinking that there's still a portal left, but then there isn't. Anyway, I think I picked up another stone. I can't be sure though. Yeah, a 209. Yeah, way too many. You gotta make sure I don't accidentally destroy anything with a trait on it. Alright. Next realm 372. Decent bonus. Maybe also take a look at my Rune of Prophecies and how that's looking. Well, we can complete this line, and this line, and this line, by just killing dudes. And then we'll, we'll get this. Well, yeah, we can make some good stuff happen. Alright. Alright, we've got to find... Please stop it. Don't need any more mimics. A trait on that nether stone. Yeah, dude, look at the number of times I've had to deal with nether stones. And I'm not even... Creatures attacks deal more you know what? That might not be a bad thing to have for my Lunatio, but I think my Lunatio already has nether stone equipped. Alright. Take out these dudes. Okay, boys. Let's keep on going. Do we want to... I guess we'll get a little bit more. Please, please stop. Dude. That was so annoying. I hate those specters. Now we got to find one more mushroom, and we also have to hunt down the master of the realm. Okay. Okay, nothing here. It's also possible that we've just walked past the mushroom. Yeah, we're not fighting those guys again. Skeleton. Master didn't really last too long. Don't really see the mushroom. There we go. Now, do we want to hand in our pilgrimage, or do we want to hold on to it? I think I'm actually going to hold on to it until the end of this Rune of Prophecies. We'll just hold on to all of our things. Until we want to hand in and start the next Rune of Prophecies. Just because I think that'll be a little bit of a fun thing to do. We won't be wasting that much time on starting a new pilgrimage. So let's just go to New Realm. Yeah, let's do a New Realm. Just quickly hit this thing again. Now let's do a New Realm. 393. Decent bonus. Alright, another exotic portal. Please stop it. What are they fused with? Also, this gives us less than 1,000 Stardust? Dude. We found multiple of these this episode and it still wasn't enough. Yeah, there's... The cost to do nether synthesis missions needs to be brought down. And yeah, I'm not. It's not an exaggeration. It needs to be brought down by an entire order of magnitude. You need to divide that shit by 10 for it to make any sort of sense. Because you cannot have something that is this expensive and this long, that takes this much time to do, this much time and these many resources, and also 95% of the time gives you something completely useless, right? That it's not really, doesn't really make a lot of sense, you know? Okay. Okay. Okay, we're doing okay. We're doing good. We're doing fine. We're doing great. Alright, you are the Fiend Master. It's not too bad. Right. Is there any points to going there? Not really. Nothing there. And there's a dumpling. I don't really care about this dumpling. I'll dodge this enemy, and I guess I can't dodge this enemy because of the layout here. But I do know that I can just go this way. There we go, that's the realm done. And let's see what more we can do. We're at Competent Grove Tender 7. 30 more rounds will wrap this one up. And let me just hit these couple of chests, just because, you know, might as well. And now I want to check something. How are we... Only the Iron Maiden left, and only 400 more knowledge will bring us to S rank with every creature that is currently in the game in knowledge. Alright, so that's pretty, it's pretty decent. Alright, let's go down. New realm. Alright, we're back in the land of breath and balance. And in this case, in this situation, we do actually have to interact with those objects, which I said I wouldn't interact with anymore. The ones that give loot but don't count as treasure chests. These bookshelves. This is one of the situations where I'll make an exception. Right, what are you? The Banshee Master. Alright. Let's get this done. Oh my god. Useless. Netherstone. Okay. Okay. You are useless. Well, no. You're just a civilian giving us loot. Honestly, I should probably stop interacting with those, but the problem is it's with those random people walking around and you talk to them and it turns out it's somebody giving them loot. It can be hard to tell whether it's one of those or whether it's you know, the master of the realm. Because every master looks different and I don't have them all memorized. I really only have the rare masters memorized. Like the elemental master, I remember what that guy looks like. Construct master, definitely remember what that guy looks like. Godspawn master, I remember what that guy looks like. Mimic master, obviously. You gotta remember what that one looks like, because every time he shows up, it's so dramatic. It's, you know, he makes a memorable entrance. And then the last one is the Dumpling Master. That one, out of the rare masters, I feel like he's the least interesting, but I still vaguely know what he looks like. Like, he's green, and he's very, like, a little bit on, you know, plus sized, you know, I think is the polite way to put it. And we're done with this realm. I'm gonna avoid getting into extra combat. Actually, why not? Let's get into a little bit of extra combat. Let's see how much favor this gives us. Probably 75. Oh, 150, actually. Never mind. This is worth doing. That's just 300 favor for not a lot of investment. Well, that's good to know. Hopefully I remember that these guys are worth hitting. Alright, let's now do our final realm for the day. And then we can call it good. It's 10:20 a.m. right now. It is going to be about 10:30 by the time we're done. Just in time for breakfast. Alright. You know what I should also start doing? Maybe that's the key. Maybe instead of rolling for a high item bonus, I should start rolling for low item bonuses. Instead of seeing how high can I go, I should be seeing how low can I go. Oh. Should I? Hang on. Should I start playing on instability 0? No, because on instability 0 you can't roll bonuses, right? I feel like this is not a good way to play the game. Like, deliberately sabotaging yourself. It's only this way because the game doesn't, like, the game needs a couple quality of life features, and then obviously finding loot is gonna become fun again. But for now, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Because yeah, you do find good stuff. Maybe you'll find a great netherstone. But you'll find so much trash along the way that it really does become it becomes noticeably distracting, the amount of time I'm spending each episode dealing with all the garbage netherstones that I find. 378. Oh! We got thrown back into the very same realm. Ooh, also, I think if we play on instability 0, then we'll get less guild reputation from beating the false gods, right? That's the other downside. Alright. I'm never taking the 5% thing. Now that Jotun is done, I will never take the 5% damage cap. It used to be 10%. Even that 10% was too low. I don't know what the developer was smoking the day the decision was made to give false gods a 5% damage cap, because that is not the output of a sane mind. Whatever led to that course of events. Spell damage is fine, we can do that. Who are you? The Cataclysm Master. Alright. Alright. Okay, what else is going on in this realm? Not a lot. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on. We do have to kill a few more enemies so that we can bring this false god out onto the field and then bring him down. Like, I don't care about these bookshelves because I don't care about loot anymore. Okay. Let's go up and around. What do we like? Yeah, sure, you can take less damage if you want. Alright. Alright, dude. This was annoying, but you're dead now. This is gonna be an annoying fight, but I'll give you the chance to avoid damage. Alright, let's take out Mindworm. Fresh spray. Oh, this was really dumb. Who the fuck shuffled the timeline? Excuse me? Who did that? Oh, no. I think we took the debuffs, and maybe the debuffs made our mimics lose their turns. That might be it. Alright. Duplicate card. And yeah, you've got tons of things to give us. Heatbang Treasure gives us almost 7,000 Nature Guild reputation, which takes us to 2,617. It's pretty nice. But we're basically done with this realm. Let's take a look around, see what else there is in this last little part. And let us see, is there anything else we want? Do I want to go out of my way to fight this last enemy? I don't really think so. So we're gonna head home. We're gonna hang on to all of our projects. We'll start handing them in after we start the next Rune of Prophecies. And in the interim, well, I mean, there's a small chance that we find 2 more buried treasures and 2 more Pandemonium Shrines. There's almost no chance of us finding 4 Riddled Dwarves, unless we run into that Nether encounter where you find a bunch of Riddled Dwarves. Alright. So we got a lot of guys to find, a lot of anointments to find with Mindworm. I guess one thing we could do is, we could take a look at our anointments. Yeah, okay, Animator recently got added. Antiquarian is a new class. Well, Animator is not an old class, but its anointments recently got added to the pool of collectible anointments. So that's why it makes sense that we don't have those. Similarly, the Antiquarian is a new class, so all of its anointments are new. Grove Tender is in the same situation as Animator, I think. Mermaid, another new class. But I'm looking at, like, old classes. Like, look at this stuff. Like, Sorcerer, Spellweaver. I think these are both Mindworm ones. And Windrunner. Now, who has Windrunner? Impington Reborn. Yeah, let's take out this guy. He also has the Grove Tender stuff, so he's gonna have a lot of anointments for us. That's done, and I think it's time to just wrap up this episode. Let's take a look at the recent achievements. We got a couple of achievements for fighting some masters. Let's take a look at how many master achievements are left. 12. Now that's gonna be... Well, what we can do is we can see which of the masters we have to fight, right? Okay, so we have to fight the denizens twice, the effigies once, exotics once, elementosaurs once, marionettes 3 times, marlings 2 times, robodomies 2 times, and that's going to add up to the 12 in total that we need to get the masters done. So maybe we'll do one more random realm episode, because I don't want to start farming the masters unless I know that I can get all 12 of them done or like all of the remaining ones done in one fell swoop, all of the achievements anyway, because otherwise we might be off by one, and then that'll make for an annoying end for whatever episode that ends up being. So we'll hold off on that. Yeah, we also got a little bit of progress done getting realm quests with the Grove Tender, and we now have 65% of the character achievements done, which is pretty nice. Okay, now then, let's take a look at some of the achievement progress. Starting, of course, with creature parts. How are we doing? Hey, look at that! 6.5. We definitely ticked up by another 0.01. It's pretty sweet. What else do we want to look at? Let's look at more character achievements. Because we handed in one fully completed Rune of Prophecies. Because the Rat Stamper did indeed come in clutch. We are at 2976 out of 5,000. And 393 runes handed in overall. And we've been collecting Stardust, but we don't have enough. We still don't have enough to start a 3rd Nether Synthesis mission, which is truly a tragedy. Let's take a look at our realm achievements. We need to do about 14,700-ish more refreshes for our realm properties to knock off easy mode. And we're getting closer to 93,000 destructible objects, and we are at 46,243 resource nodes destroyed. And we are at 47,840 treasure chests opened. So that's pretty sweet. And I think we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna call it an episode. And okay, yeah, I've got to make a mental note, remind myself in between episodes, figure out what flooring to put in this room and in this room, and see if you want to maybe put some other decorations in as well, because I feel like there should be at least one thing in the corner over here. Should be at least one thing in the corner over here, and maybe even another thing up here. I'll think about that in between episodes. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this one. I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you'll join me next time for the next episode in Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. And until then, take care.